when your view, what do you think are the top 2 or 3, exponential growth trends or trends enabled by technology that are happening in healthcare right now that kind of are most top of mind for you or should be most top of mind for everybody who's listening to this podcast?
Well, I mean, you can't touch on that subject without mentioning AI, right? I mean, AI already is disrupting, radiology, differential diagnosis of, plugging in things. But, in the end, physicians, um, well, both physicians and patients really cherish the caring part. And let me tell you, I thank God I don't know, yet, knock on wood, but the day you have a really, really bad illness or, a malignancy or something, let me tell you, you don't want a robot. Okay, you want somebody who's empathetic, who cares, who has a command of the literature, understands the trends, will use technology and tools, but in the end you need people to care about you. And I think I'm afraid we're kind of losing that for other things that we'll get into in this discussion. But I think that AI is going to be critical. I think biologics, we're seeing that already in so many areas, meaning being able to treat things with basically biologic remedies, meaning not external drugs, but actually using the body. So, for example, people know about PRP, right? Platelet-rich plasma that comes. There's all these growth factors in your platelets, and then more concentrated growth factors that I use a lot in my practice, just because they're even more powerful, and I don't have to draw your blood. And then there's, of course, the traditional stem cells, which is
Yeah.
a little bit overblown. So one of the
Yeah.
problems in healthcare is that the media, sadly, has never done a good job, in my opinion, of really focusing on educating people about, evidence-based, effective healthcare, except in
Yeah.
select areas, right? Obesity, maybe the heart, cardiology, uh, the obsession with plastic surgery, complete obsession with aesthetic surgery. And let me tell you, when you've got pain somewhere, or you have a chronic illness, you don't really care about tummy tucks and facelifts, right? And
Right.
and yet
Right.
the media has done that. So I think that there's a lot of therapies that are currently being used that the public hasn't been educated well on. And I think, David, one of my passions is really patient education and trying to
Yeah.
explain it at a patient level.